You're meant to be on the door, aren't you?
Sorry, yeah, just come off nights. So it's playing havoc with my...
I think I can live without the details of your digestive timetable, thank you very much.
Who are you?
For all you know, someone just wandered in off the street intent on a bit of housebreaking.
You're going to be like that about it. Let's see some identification, matey. Sharpish. Oh. You're Morse. Strange.
What is?
I am. Me. My name, Jim Strange.
And Sean, who plays the young Inspector Morse, joins us now. Very good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Well, it's such a massive, massive role, isn't it? And it's, you know, a part of kind of all of our televisual history. And then you take on the man who became John Thor as Inspector Morse, which is quite a challenge, I can imagine.
It would be if you thought about it. If I thought about it like that, I probably wouldn't do it. But for me, it was just a script came my way, which I thought was great, and I did it.
Yeah.
But you have to, when you take on a role like that, you have to bear John Thor Morse in mind, because of the character. You think you would have looked at him, I would imagine, if it had been me, I'd have looked at him and said, right, there's this characteristic which I've got. How would he have been?
Well, no,
in
because
life?
to be honest, the character of Morse is, there was books. It was all begun with these,
Yes, of course.
this series of books. And I think, given the age I am, I hadn't seen the TV show anyways. So my first interaction with it was through the books, and so it was kind of more of an imagination thing then as well. And I also think as well, it's like you have to sort of try and do your own thing with something. If you were to just copy, then you'd be shortchanging yourself, but shortchanging the audience as well. Do you know what I mean? So although you have to sort of pay attention to it, you can't let it dictate what you do.
That's really
You know what I
interesting.
mean?
Well, I can totally understand what you're saying, but what I find interesting is I was watching and thinking, wow, he's got that mannerism just right. He's got that tone of voice, he's got that reaction. And I assumed that you had studied John Thor's performance and thought, how would it have evolved? And therefore, what sort of am I going to give it in the original
cool. Well,
sort of
listen,
sense?
thanks for saying that. That wasn't my intention, but thank you for saying that. I'm glad that you liked it. And
it's very convincing, because the thing is that people know Morse. So you're telling them what they need to know about Morse a couple of decades before.
yeah, yes. But also as well, I think like we have the opportunity with this to get a new audience as well. People of my generation, you know. That sounds like I'm trying to shy away from it, and I'm not, because I think that I haven't seen them since. I think that they're brilliant, and you know that John Thor did an amazing job. I probably wouldn't be here now if he hadn't done the job, you know. But you still have to kind of ring the changes and move forward.
But it's also, a lot of it has to do with the direction and the production. The production is as great as it ever was. But I'm intrigued by, I mean, as everybody is, by the character of Morse. He is troubled. There is this sort of deep angst within him, and I wonder where
all the interesting ones are, though, aren't they? All the interesting ones are, and I think if you look at the books, well, I mean, you don't have to, but if you were to, then you would. You see that here you have a character who's in his late 50s who dies alone, unhappy, and for me that was an interesting thing. Like, how do we get the person in his mid to late 20s to that stage, just from like a character point of view, really? You know what I mean?
When I was given the DVD to watch and it said Endeavour, it didn't occur to me that it was about Inspector Morse, because of course the name Endeavour only sort of emerged later, didn't it?
Yeah.
That is his first name.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But I think that's a good thing then, because you know, then it means that we can sort of embrace a new audience then, you know.
So there are, is it 4 episodes?
Four films, and they begin this Sunday, running through till May the 5th.